y'all, it's Joy again. I'm here with my weekly favorites and I'm still kind of messing with the name. So I'm thinking of something like ooh and no thank you. So we'll see if it sticks. And I'm also thinking of making it a Saturday thing because a lot of people do Friday favorites, and it's not that I want to be that much different, it's just that I already have a ton of YouTube videos to watch on Friday. I thought maybe you guys might like something new to watch on Saturday? Possibly? Well, we'll see. Anyway, I wanted to share with you a few of my favorites of late, and hopefully you guys can find some new favorites too. The first one is going to look kind of dirty because it is dirty because I just used it today. And this first one I'm going to show you is, okay, this is the Beauty Blender, right? And it comes out bright pink. And this is my dirty one used today that's still wet. Now, the reason this is a favorite is because I used to use, after much trial and error, I found this from the people that make Real Techniques. And this is a very good, this is the best drugstore sponge or dupe for the Beauty Blender. So if you have this, keep using it. It's awesome. But if you're ever curious, try the Beauty Blender, the actual one, because while that is good, this is phenomenal. It's so much better. It is the most excellent thing for blending out concealer and putting on many of my foundations. I prefer this over the other brushes and things that I own. So yeah, this is what it looks like new, and this is what it looks like after a few weeks of use. And sorry, it's dirty, I know it looks gross, but I wash it before I use it, not after I use it. I had forgotten one at my vanity, so I had to go and get it and come on back. So anyway, let me tell you what e.l.f. products I liked from my haul. And surprisingly, you can get e.l.f. products for pretty inexpensively. If you guys don't know what e.l.f. is, it's a line that's in Target, it's in Walmart now, and I think that I can't remember if it's Walgreens or CVS that started to carry some. I think it's CVS, though I don't really shop that much at CVS. If you wait till they have a sale online, you can get 40% usually off, or off a certain collection. That's what I did, and I got a whole bunch of really cool stuff. Some of it is just okay, some of it is not good, and then some of it is phenomenal. The first one I want to share with you is an e.l.f. stands for Eyes, Lip, Face. The first one I want to share with you is called a Mineral Mist. And this has a lot of great things in it: witch hazel, rosemary, chamomile, honeysuckle, and B vitamins. And this I like to use in the afternoon when my skin starts to feel kind of dry and not so hot. And it just needs a little bit of a refresher, especially because it's super duper hot outside and sometimes that hot sneaks inside. So anyway, I use this. The one thing I don't care for about it is the sprayer isn't exactly great, so I wouldn't use it to set makeup, though it would be a good one for adding some moisture underneath makeup. I don't have that problem. My skin loves to make oil, so in my T-zone I get very oily within just a few hours of applying anything. Even if I don't apply anything, I end up getting oily in my T-zone. But the rest of my face is pretty normal. Anyway, so this I recommend just because it's a nice more afternoon refresher if you're not too oily, and also as a under the makeup moisturizer. Because I usually do all my skincare in the morning, washing my face, putting on stuff, and then I wait for a while and then put on my makeup if I have that luxury. And so that's kind of one of those things that I like to do if I need a little bit more moisture. The other thing I got is this concealer, and this is the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer. I don't think it lifts the darn thing, but it is brightening, and that's pretty cool. So this is what it looks like. And it's really a great, they have several colors for concealing, so anywhere from light to dark. They also have purple, which they're always out of, and then they have this one. And you can't see it, but that little streak looks a little brighter now, doesn't it? So this does help. It's not the primary thing I use to, not the primary thing I use to cover my dark circles, but it is something I use after I use the color correctors to top it off, and I'm really liking it. You can also use it as an all-over face highlighter, meaning down the bridge of your nose if you want, on your chin and your cupid's bow if you like. Without having it be a shimmery highlighter, it can be just a highlighter to bring light to those parts of your face. The other one I really like is a gloss. This is the e.l.f. Glossy Gloss. This is in peach, and it's called Ballet Slippers, but it is a peachy color. This is what it looks like. It really isn't opaque. It's more of a sheer color, and that means that, you know, it lets a little bit of your own lip color shine through, which is pretty cool. What I like to do is I put a lip liner on, and then I put that gloss over it, and it gives a nice sheen to the lips. It's not sticky. It has a nice slip to it, so it doesn't feel like you're like wearing globs of gloss. So it's thinner in consistency as well. I really like the wear on it, and it's just a nice gloss, which is hard to find, strangely enough. The other thing I really like is a Luscious liquid lipstick. And truthfully, oh yeah, it does have the name on it. This is Maple Sugar. This is my favorite one. I got 3 of them. I got a pink one, a red one, and then this one. And this one is it's just a beautiful color. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, as you can see. It's a great Your Lips But Better color, and once again, it's not completely, I forgot what I was going to say there. It's not completely opaque, but it is a pretty good color. Alright, so the other things I have to tell you about are Ulta lipsticks. I went there just a couple weeks ago with my daughter, and we were at a women's expo, and popped into Ulta for something, and they have, I think they're changing out a few things in Ulta, and I was excited to find out that they are a cruelty-free company, or make cruelty-free products, because they sell cruelty-free. I mean, they sell cruelty-free, but they also sell a lot of things that are not. But their makeup line, from my understanding and from the list that I check, are cruelty-free, which is great. Now, I picked up 4 lipsticks. I'm only not crazy about one of them. And I'm very happy with the other ones. The formula is awesome, but let me just show you and tell you. It's funny, you go in there with your daughter, she's looking at more things, she gets you interested in things, and Austin, yes, I'm talking to you, and I leave with like 4 lipsticks and some other stuff that I ended up returning that I'm not going to speak of here, and she leaves with nothing. How's that work? So first one is a nude. This is pink chocolate. As you can see, it still has a label on it. And what I like too is this line has this line has a little thing on the bottom that shows you the color. This is color 240, pink chocolate, as I said. And this is just a gorgeous pinky brown nude. A great everyday color. Has a tiny bit of purple on camera, but it really doesn't show up that way when you're wearing it. But I love this color, and it's a satin finish, so it doesn't go down to a matte. It's called a, doesn't even say what kind of finish it's called on the bottle or on the tube. But this color sits well. It feels great. It's not necessarily long wearing, but it doesn't disappear either right away, which is awesome. I mean, if you're going to eat food, you can expect any lipstick to get eaten too, right? Well, there's some that don't, but I always wonder what is making that adhere to my lips. The next one I want to share with you doesn't tell me the color. I just remember it being peach or apricot something. And these tubes are beautiful. Look at that. I love these tubes. Really kind of a gunmetal color. And this one is a beautiful, sorry, I got makeup wipe on my hand. A beautiful peachy apricot color. It does have a satin sheen to it. That's not overwhelming. Again, sits on the lips very nicely. Isn't necessarily long wearing, but absolutely easy to wear, which is how I prefer my lipsticks. I want them to be easy to wear and flattering. Is that too much to ask when you purchase a lipstick that it'd be flattering? I hope not. This one I'm wearing today because I'm feeling nostalgic for fall, and I know it's right around the corner and I can't get here fast enough. We have 100-degree weather coming up this weekend, and I am so not looking forward to that. We have some yard work that needs to be done, and I don't handle heat well, and yet here I am. This is color 214, again, same packaging, but I'm wearing this today, and it is a plummy purple color. And as you can see, this shows out more purple here. I'm wearing this color. Now, I did put a plum burgundy lip liner, but I just did that on around my lips. Kind of changes color once you put it on and when it dries down. So as you can see, just from the first start of the swatch, it's already starting to dry to that kind of a plummy color here. And this is color 2, did I say 214? I might have, I might not have. But it doesn't tell me the absolute color. You can look for numbers. They have all the numbers right there on their little key chart when you go into Ulta at the lipstick counter. Anyway, I love this color. I put this on about 30 minutes ago, hasn't faded. Now I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but I've also been drinking coffee and my iced tea because I had it. So I've been drinking a lot of beverages, and it hasn't budged. So I do love that. I love those lipsticks. They're a new favorite of mine. Next thing I want to talk to you about is Morphe brushes. I got 2 brushes and I got them off of Hot Look. If you're not familiar with Hot Look, it's a place that you can go to get less expensive items. They run them only for about a week or so you've got to kind of check back often. And they are a really good place to check and to try out new products or to try out a line of products that you haven't tried before. I usually go for generic brushes. I believe brushes can be duped, but these ones, I don't know, these ones are really awesome. This is a Morphe M330. It's got a tapered brush. For a crease brush, you just, it just blends out the crease so beautifully. Love it. It's made my eyeshadow application so much easier. This one is a Morphe M497, and it's I use this for highlighting, and you can put it on the top of your cheeks easily. Before, when I was using a sponge, I would quite often have it mess with my foundation below, and that's just not pretty. I mean, you don't apply foundation and then do something else to lift it off. It makes for cake face, it makes it look gross, it makes it look like you have stuff on your face that you're not supposed to have. Anywho, tops of here, wherever you want to highlight, you can use this. It also works wonderfully with ColourPop highlighters, which is what I was having problems with. Love the highlighters. They don't always work. I mean, they don't always go on as blendable as I want them to. And so this has been a dream and is wonderful. So I don't look like I'm like highlighter, you know, instead it's just pretty. So it's good. Speaking of ColourPop, I wanted to tell you about this awesome little gem that I found through them. And I have a number of ColourPop shadows that I'm going to have to share with you guys. I love the shadows, $5 a piece. This is Tea Party. Tea Party is really cool because you can put it to any eye look and totally transform the look that you have. And this is going to probably blend in with the apricot lipstick guy. Anyway, this is Tea Party. It's a nice apricot sheen to it. On most of their shadows, the most popular ones have a sheen to them, though I have to say I am totally in love with their matte line. You can apply them with a clean hand. You can apply them with a brush. Either way, a clean finger will really pack it on and make the color show incredibly. The other day, you guys didn't know it, but I put this over an eye look that I wore earlier in an earlier video. Looked totally like a different eye look, and changed my shirt. Nobody knew the difference. So you can use these so easily and so well. They can either be added to what you already have and already use, or you can just use ColourPop shadows. They play well with others. I usually add them to another shadow as a last thing. I don't ever put the shadow ColourPop and then add a powder shadow. I haven't had good results with that, but adding them on top of an eyeshadow that's already there, that works wonderfully, and it just adds a little something something to it. So my no thank you is a e.l.f. product this time, and this one started out being a really good. I was very hopeful. I've had e.l.f. products in the past. Keep moving, I'm sorry. I have had e.l.f. products in the past, but they're not e.l.f. products, but e.l.f. primers in the past, and they are usually more silicone based, and so it makes my makeup just kind of fall off my face. Silicone based primers don't generally work for me very well. This one says it's just a blemish control, so it's supposed to keep your blemishes from happening, and it doesn't do that. I mean, I ended up with this one right here that I actually covered up pretty well, and this one right here, which sadly you can see. I didn't do such a great job covering that one up. And now the other thing is that half the time okay, that pump worked that time, but I have spent a week of having to open the stupid bottle. And then it has barely any in there. It looks like it should be covering this whole thing, but if you look at the bottom, do you see that green diameter thing? And if I turn it to the side, no, you can't see it very well. Anyway, it's not as big as this frosted glass plastic container. It's actually almost nearly the diameter of that little nozzle area, or screw top area. So I keep looking over here thinking my camera's gonna end again. Now the lotion feels good. It sits well on the face, but it doesn't do anything that a primer is really supposed to do. It doesn't make my skin look better. It doesn't keep my makeup on longer. I do like the feel that it's a lotion instead of a slippery silicone kind of feel, but it really hasn't helped, and it doesn't even do what it says it's gonna do. So it's a no thanks. I think this is gonna be the last of the e.l.f. primers I try. I've tried three? Anyway, I wanted a $6 primer to work, but apparently I can only get great luck out of the expensive ones, so there you go. It's too bad. Too bad, so sad. And, well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you have an excellent weekend, and I hope to talk to you again soon. I'm going to try to include my other favorite thing at the end here, a clip of my kids doing a Just Dance kind of a video game. I hope it works, because I'd really like you to see that, because that was my ultimate favorite this week, the beginning of this week. I hope y'all are having a great time, great day, God bless, and subscribe, please. Look for any of the products I mentioned in the doobly-doo below. I'll list them all there, and you guys, well, except for the colors of the 2 lipsticks that I can't find. I'll put the numbers, though. Okay? All right? Take care. Bye-bye. Yeah, let me try that again. Hey, Al. Woo! And, shoot, try that again. Something like, woo, and no thank you. Woo, and,